Peace and blessings. What's up, y'all? Novocaine Omega, Each Nine Teach Nine, Soul Trust Records, Crumb TV, and all the other good stuff. How y'all doing today? Right quick, before I even go into my video, as you can see, the video is going to be about water and how water keeps you nice and fresh and sexy and moist. But before I do that, I want to say that here are two bangles. Here are two bangles that one of our subscribers won. Remember I told you guys I was going to do a giveaway and I was going to pull from the first 100 subscribers. So I've done that, and the person who won this giveaway is a woman called Lisa Wineglass Smalls. Lisa Wineglass Smalls, you have won these two bangles. I'm going to hit you up. What's up, Mustafa? And I'm going to send you those, okay? So I'll tag you in the post and we'll be in touch, okay? But you too can win some jewelry if you guys keep subscribing. I told you every 100 subscribers, I'm going to do a giveaway. I'm going to do a giveaway every 100 subscribers, all right? So hopefully my broadcast isn't messing up. I noticed my phone's been acting real whack lately. So today we're going to talk about water. What's up, everybody that's tuning in? We're going to talk about water and the importance of water. You know, a lot of people, a lot of people don't drink enough water. And some people don't drink any water. And people who drink water think they drink enough, and it's just not enough water. You know, you can almost not have too much water. It's almost literally impossible to drink too much water. You know, there's a certain condition, I think, that can happen if you drink too much. You want some bangles? Okay, okay, bro. You know what I mean? I'll hook you up. You know, I know you personal. We can do this. You know what I mean? Just hit me up. But all right, let's talk about water. So first of all, you guys, water is liquid air. Don't, excuse me. Well, yeah, it is. Water is liquid air. So you're talking about H2 and O. So you guys know that that's some molecules. You know what I mean? That's how the molecules are set up. So it's saying 2 parts hydrogen, 1 part oxygen. So water is 1/3 air. All right? And that's very important because it's at the crux of what makes water important. Water is not important that much beyond the fact that it's just liquid air. Okay? And your body needs oxygen. All right? So let's talk about it. And the same way with air, you guys. Air is just dried up water. You know, when you're breathing air, isn't there water in it? There's water in the air. It's called humidity. You know what I mean? What's up, Lisa? The air has humidity in it, and that's so even when you're breathing air that may seem to be dry air, there's a level of moisture that is in that air. So that being said, let's talk about it. Let's talk a little further about why water is so important. So first of all, inside of you right here is a lit fire. There's a lit fire inside of your body that's fueling you and driving you forward and making it so you can function every day. You know what I mean? And some people call it your soul. Is your solar plexus, whatever. I'm not into the trivial names for things. I don't really care. Just inside of here, there's a fire that's keeping you alive. It's what makes you hot to the touch. Somebody touches your body feels hot. It feels hot because you are alive. But what's keeping you alive is the fire that's inside of you. So there's willpower that's keeping you alive. Literally, you can will yourself to stay alive. There's the fire, and there's the fuel that fire is burning. Okay, so let's talk about that. I'm talking about this fire because you may not understand that water helps keep this fire burning. Okay, whenever you have a fire, what makes fire burn and fan up? What makes fire flare up? Anybody know? Scientists, what makes fire burn and flare up is called air. You would think blowing air onto something would put it out. You would think blowing air onto a fire would put it out, but it just makes fire bigger. I've done this little drawing. Y'all see that? Any of y'all have a fireplace? Y'all know what this is? It's called bellows, the bellows. And it's an old-timey thing that you might see on a fire. You know what I mean? To keep the fire going, you take this accordion-looking thing, and it's got air in it, and you go, and the fire, well, of course, you don't have to blow like that, but the fire is going to get bigger because you're blowing that thing with air, all right? So when you breathe, it makes the fire inside of you ignite. All right? Sorry, you guys. You guys' comments are late. So by the time I see your comment, I'd have moved on. But that's right. Air. Air makes fire bigger, Dr. Karam. You know what I'm saying? So that's why whenever you go and you start breathing a lot, you start breathing really fast, it causes you to burn. It causes you to burn fuel, which is fat. And it's going to ignite this fire that's inside of you even more. That's the reason why people say, make sure you breathe. Make sure you breathe, because breathing is everything. It makes that fire big, and it gives you the drive that you need. This is the reason why when you get tired, you take a deep breath. It's called a yawn. You start yawning so that you can infuse your body with oxygen, okay? So now back to water. Why is that important that I make you understand about the fire in your chest? Well, liquid air. That's what water is. It's liquid air. So when you start drinking some water, guess what it's doing for you? It's going to infuse the fire that's inside of your chest and make that fire get bigger. It's going to give that fire some oxygen, okay? Eating food, breathing, and drinking water is all about oxygen and nutrients. So drinking water is just going to give you that liquid oxygen that you need every day to keep your body fueled and to keep your body going. But the water does a lot more than that. So because your body needs this, for one, I want you to think about an oil lamp, okay? An oil lamp. An oil lamp uses fat to burn, right? So when people say, hey, you're going to burn, when I say fat, I mean oil. Oil is fat. Oil is just liquid fat, all right? So whenever you have an oil lamp, if you want to keep the fire going, you have to add more oil, right? So inside your body is fat. There's fat in here, and it's oil, and your body's going to use it as a fuel to burn. Whenever you want to lose weight, what do you have to do, you guys? You have to do cardio. You have to do cardio so you can get your heart rate up, so you can get your breath rate up, so you can take that fire and make that thing fuse on up, and it's going to start burning fat in your body, and then you're going to lose weight. So water is full of oxygen, and it's going to help facilitate even the weight loss process, okay? So let's go forward. So now you have right here in your brain. Right in here is your brain. And your brain needs juice, and your brain needs air, okay? When people go brain dead, somebody might have choked, you got choked, you got suffocated, something might have happened that cut off your air supply to your brain, and your brain can go brain dead and cause you to not be able to use your motor functions or whatever, not be able to really interact with people. So the oxygen that's getting into your brain can't be more important, because your brain is the computer that's running your whole body. So obviously you're going to need some oxygen, to run that. Once again, water is liquid oxygen. Drink you some water. Can you imagine your brain working if it was dried up? If it was dried up and shriveled up, it needs to be moist. It needs to be wet. Let me wave to y'all. I ain't waving to nobody. Let me wave to all of you. Wayne, Stefan, Lisa, everyone. How you guys doing? How you guys doing? Okay, so you're talking about something that it's just an inherent part of life is air and water. Okay, now so your brain needs the juice so it can function, so you can have mental clarity. When you wake up in the morning, don't just start drinking something sugary and concentrated like that. Get you some water popping. Get you some water popping so you can freshen up. Okay, so you can liven up. All right, now let's keep going. So let's talk about your eyeballs. Now your eyeballs got juice in them. It's veins in your eyes, and there's juice in your eyes, and your eyes need to be what's up, Brandon? Your eyes need to be cleaned periodically and all that for it to work. So you're walking through the atmosphere, and the dry ass air is hitting you on the eyeballs, right? So you're gonna blink. When you blink, DJ eyelid is gonna come down over your eyes and wash your eyes like a windshield wiper. You need water to do that. Your eyes need eye juice. Some of you have dry eyes because you don't drink enough water. You don't drink enough water. You have to drink water to have eye juice. You have to drink water so that you can make mucus to clean your eyes. I know nobody likes mucus, but mucus is your best friend. I'm going to do another story about that another day, another episode. But for you to even make, okay, let's say you get pink eye, right? You have an infection in your eye. When you go to sleep, you got pink eye. When you wake up in the morning, you got all this mucus and crust. Sometimes your eye might even be crusted shut from mucus. All your eye did was wash your eyeball, push the dirt in either direction. You blink. It's pushing the moisture, the wetness, and the mucus and stuff is going to push that stuff to the corner of your eye, and it's going to act like a delivery system to get all that crap and stuff out of your eyes. What's up, S. Dot? Homemade. You know what I'm saying? So you need eye juice so you can see good. It's just common sense. Your eyes have to be moist at all times, and they would be dry if it wasn't a such thing as you drinking a lot of water. Not only that, you have to cry and stuff. You have to be able to cry and all that stuff. Who want to cry some dry ass tears? And I don't. You know what I'm saying? So drink you some water, okay? Let's keep going because I'm not trying to hold y'all all day with this. You know what I'm saying? Your mouth. Let's talk about your mouth and your digestive system. Now, you may not know this, but the beginning of digestion, it starts in your mouth. It starts in your mouth. You cut up all the food with your teeth, like a bunch of little knives, incisors, making incisions on your food, cutting your food into little tiny bits. You have a tongue. Your tongue is moist. And it's doing like this. Bow, bow. Every time you chew, it's do that. Bow. And it's going to keep pushing that food back into the back of your mouth with a ripple effect. But it needs water. to really do it. Can you ever had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, or just a peanut butter sandwich, or just peanut butter crackers? How you doing? I'm Annette, Tiffany. I'm Annette. You ever just had peanut butter crackers or some crackers or something, and you ain't had no water? It's hard to swallow it. It hurts. So imagine if you didn't have any water in your mouth. You would have to drink water every time you ate. Not only that, not only does water help just moisten the food so that it can get soft and go down into your gullet, it's going to put digestive enzymes on the food. There's digestive enzymes in your saliva that break down the food as soon as it gets into your mouth and starts to break down the food before it even gets into your stomach, okay? So that water is at the crux of all of that. You have to have water so you can swallow. Not only that, water helps keep your breath fresher because it helps keep your insides clean and unclogged, and it's going to naturally freshen you up because it's full of oxygen, all right? Very important. Okay, so now you got some water, you eating. When you eat, what do you do after that? You drink. You wash it down. Let me wash my food down. That's exactly what you're doing. You're helping flush. You're helping your digestive system flush it. So drink you some water. Drink you some water, okay? So water, very important. Oh, one other thing about water in your mouth. If you didn't have any water in your mouth or in your nostril cavity and all that, you wouldn't really be able to smell and taste things that well, okay? If you didn't have any water and stuff in your mouth and nose, you wouldn't really be able to smell and taste. We all know that water carries smells. Whenever it rains, can't you smell the street? Like, can't you really smell the outside? You can smell the leaves and smell, because water, again, is a conduit. It can carry electricity, it can carry sound, and it can carry smells and taste. Okay, that's the reason why sharks, they can smell blood really far away in the water, because the water is such a good conduit. If I stood in a pool of water and you dropped a toaster in there, my ass is going to get electrocuted. And then anybody who comes and touches me, they're going to get electrocuted, because that conduit called water is going to be delivering that energy to me. You know what I mean? So very important. All right, so now let's talk about your actual digestive system now. So you've eaten this, you chewed it up, nom, nom, nom. You got the saliva popping, slurp, slurp, slurp. Now it's going down into your neck and into your chest. Okay, now water is going to keep all your organs moist on the inside. It's going to help moisten and soften and strengthen and smooth and just going to overall condition, that's the word. It's going to condition your organs and condition your esophagus, condition everything inside you. It needs juice, it needs water and air to function. So not that your digestive system will become hardened if you don't drink water, but kind of, a little bit it will. All the stuff in your body will calcify and become hardened if you don't drink enough water. Okay, so that will just make you understand that. But we'll get to that. Okay, so here's water down in your stomach. It's called digestive enzymes. You got a pool of juice. I'm touching down here, but really your stomach is up in here. Your intestines are here. You got a pool of juice inside your stomach that's made of digestive acid. But there's also a water content that's a part of that. You need water to fill that up. You need water to help push that food down into your body. Now, here's where it gets almost a little bit gross. So if you guys are eating, apologies, but it is what it is. So what water is going to do is it's going to dilute your urine. It's going to dilute your pee and help your pee not be acidic and toxic like that. Have you ever gone behind somebody in the bathroom and they didn't do number 2, but they did number 1, and they might as well have done number 2 because it stank so bad? That's because that person don't drink no damn water. You got to drink some water or your pee will stink way more than it normally would if you didn't drink water, because your kidneys are having to filter this concentrated liquid through your body or whatever. All right. I had this diagram up because I homeschooled the boys yesterday, and this day before yesterday, and this is what it was about. So I learned a lot about kidneys and stuff, and it kind of made me think about water. So anyway, same with your number 2s. If your number 2s are hard and black, and you're sitting on the toilet and you're like, and it hurts, and you rocking back and forth, and you shouldn't have to do all of that. Just drink you some water. Eat you some vegetables, which are usually 70 to 90% water anyway, maybe 95% water. Eat you some vegetables too, and it's going to help the doo-doo slide. There's this comedian named Bobo Lamb, and he said, anybody doo-doo today? You're supposed to doo-doo every day. And he was like, and put some vegetables on the plate. That's what makes the doo-doo slide, right? He's not being funny. What's making the doo-doo slide is the viscosity and stuff, the fat content that's inside of food. It is slippery. It's going to help provide some slipperiness and stuff to it. But it's the water. The water is going to make that mucosal stuff in your digestive lining and help you push that number 2 out without you having to strain and force. Anybody have a baby? I remember when my child Zachariah, who was born with a lot of my children were born a little bit early, and so they both had some issues, some developmental issues when they were born. My child Zachariah, he always had digestive problems, and the hospital was trying to help him out, and they were giving him all this stuff, and it wasn't helping him out. In fact, it was constipating him, and it was making me mad. And then something told me just to give him some water. I gave him some water. He pooped that stuff right out. Like I said, the poop was black, and he was good after that. And all I had to do was give him water. That's all I had to do, you know. So it's simple, okay. All right, now let's talk about your sexual system. Your sexual system. Now, obviously, if you have a vagina, it's going to give your vagina some juice. You know, don't nobody want no dry vagina. Okay, so it's going to give your vagina some juice, but you also have a system that's in here that's working and twerking. You know, even though you're a man, you still have a prostate. You still have. I want y'all to look at that now. See what is? See right here. I don't know if y'all can see that. Right here is your bladder, and right up under there is your prostate. Now, your prostate is not a part of your urinary system, but it's connected to it. So if you have a full bladder, or if you have an inflamed bladder, or inflamed urethra, or anything like that, you're going to cause that poisonous stuff to back up into your prostate, and it's going to give you problems. It's going to give you some real problems, urinary tract infections, problems getting it up, and some more stuff. So once again, you have to drink you some water. Not only that, brothers, if you're going to ejaculate, okay, I just thought 30 slang terms in my mind that were inappropriate. If you're going to ejaculate, the seminal fluid that's surrounding the actual worms is water too. So you need water to do the stuff, to do the thing. You know, not only that, water's going to make you more flexible, and it's going to help you with your joints and stuff like that. So you talk about sex here, you need to be healthy. You need to have a nice blood supply flowing through your whole body. Your blood and your sexual system and your kidneys, all of that stuff go hand in hand. They relate. If you got bum kidneys, you got a bum reproductive system. If you're having trouble with your blood pressure and stuff, you're probably going to have trouble sexually. That's the reason why people say, make sure you're healthy enough. Your heart is healthy enough for sexual activity if you plan on using Viagra. Because Viagra is going to make your blood pump and flow, and then it might be too much for your heart because you ain't used to pumping that much blood. But guess what? Water. It's going to help you with all of that because there's oxygen in it. It's going to help fuel you, and you're going to be able to pump that blood better. Okay, let's keep going. Joints. Let's talk about your your joints. Now, a lot of us, I'm not that old. You know, I'm not that old. I'm 40. But even when I was 30, 25, my joints and my bones used to crack and stuff when I would get to moving sometimes. Now some of that is not, you know, it's inactivity and stuff like that. But you guys, it is water. You are eating sugar. You're eating salt. They're crystals. They're absorbative. They're gonna absorb water. Whenever you are walking outside and it has snowed or it rained or whatever it is, not rained, but it snowed and there's ice on the ground, people come and they lay salt on the ground because the salt is going to suck that water and bond to that water and become a rough surface for you to walk on. Salt and sugar pulls water out of your joints. It pulls water out of your shoulders, your wrists, your knees, whatever. And so now when you go to do whatever it is, it's like crack, 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 crack. You know what I mean? Crack, 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 crack. You know what I mean? Like a you know, like a robot, like a bony robot, you know? And all you got to do is drink water to remedy that. It'll help remedy it. It's not going to be the complete remedy because you also need to pull back on sugar and get yourself some vegetables going. But it's going to help you a lot to not have achy joints and stuff when you wake up in the morning. A lot of what we call arthritis is not because you're old. Just because you're old does not mean your joints have to ache. It really does not mean that, you guys. That's a myth. Stop thinking that as you get older, you have to automatically get sicker. You know what I mean? You don't. Okay? So you have to try a little harder though, because your metabolism slows down and stuff. So you know you're getting older, yeah, you're getting slower and stuff. I'll admit that, but you can thwart that by just doing basics. These are the basics. I'm not talking about y'all vegan diet. I'm not talking about not eating cheese. I'm not talking about not eating ice cream. I'm talking about drinking more water. Anybody can do this, okay? All right. So your joints and your flexibility is directly related to your water intake. Let's keep going. Let's talk about alcohol. So if you drink alcohol is an astringent. It's an astringent. Just like when you use rubbing alcohol, right? When you use rubbing alcohol on your face, it dries your face out. right? So drinking alcohol has the same properties. You know, you guys, you can clean with, like, you can take gin and literally clean your house or whatever. It's just like rubbing alcohol, except it makes you drunk. You know, it makes you drunk, and that's really the only difference. But it's an astringent. How do they make vanilla extract? How do they make, you know, banana extract, strawberry, whatever, mint extract? You take a mint leaf, right? It has water in it. You take a mint leaf, you put it in some alcohol, like some maybe some Everclear or some gin. You put the top on it, and then you let it sit there for weeks, months, and it's going to start to pull the essence right out of that peppermint and put it into the alcohol. And it becomes like a tincture that you can now take in, you know, doses to heal yourself with. But my point is this: it pulls moisture out of stuff. Alcohol does that. So it dehydrates you. It dehydrates you to. That's why it's funny that they call it getting wet. You know, to be well, wet means more than one thing. But getting drunk, you know, people might be like the person was wet or whatever. But it's really dry. Alcohol dries you out. It makes you have to pee, and it causes you to it pulls moisture and stuff out of your joints and stuff, and it destroys your liver. You know what I mean? But one of the reasons why it does that is because you don't drink enough water. If you drink alcohol, come behind it and have some water. When I go out to the club, I like alcohol. I'm not an alcoholic, but I like alcohol. When I go to the club and we have a little some alcohol or whatever, I make sure that I drink some water behind that. Because that's what's going to keep you from having a hangover. That's what's going to keep you from feeling like crap the next morning. That headache, all of that stuff is dehydration. That is the result of dehydration and toxicity in the blood. Blood alcohol poisoning. Mild blood alcohol poisoning. So if you drink water, you can thwart all of that. What happens when you put too much ice in a drink at the club? You put too much ice in your drink at the club, it dilutes the drink and it makes it not really make you drunk. So if you want to get drunk but you don't want to have the side effects, drink the alcohol and then chase it with water. You might notice that they put ice cubes in your drink at the club. You know why they do that? They keep you from turning into a monkey at the club, pulling all your clothes off and swinging from the chandelier. It's going to dilute the drink. So for one, it stretches the drink, so they don't have to, you know, use as much drink per cup. But it also makes it so you don't turn into a complete asshole in the club, because it's diluted a little bit, and it keeps you from being so crazy that you can't drive home now. You know what I mean? Very important. So if you get more water and you drink water behind alcohol, you're guaranteed to pretty much be all right the next day and going forward. Okay, so speaking of that, let's talk about blood toxicity, toxic shock, and dehydration. I have friends, you know, this has happened to me before where I've gotten dehydrated. Now I like water a lot. My mother had water as her craving when she was pregnant with me. According to her, she had water as her craving. So when I was born and up until now, I could drink hot water. I could drink cold water, lukewarm water. I really like water, okay? But so I've never really been dehydrated. I think that happened to me one time. Sometimes if you throw up and stuff, you'll get dehydrated from that, from all the liquid. You know what I mean? But that's the reason why people tell you to drink a lot of fluids when you get sick, because you might Earl or whatever it is, and you're losing all the moisture out of your body. Okay, that being the case, your toxicity, the toxic levels of your blood is going to be greatly determined by how much water you drink. If you don't drink that much water, the toxicity of your blood is going to be high. So what will happen is you'll have high blood pressure. High blood pressure comes from the fact that you have thin blood as it is, because you're not getting enough liquid. Your blood is thin, and then it's depleted of nutrients. So your heart is like, well, let me pump the hell out of this blood so I can get more out of it, because this blood is thin and it doesn't have any nutrients in it. So I need to pump it hard so I can get more out of it. If you want to thwart high blood pressure, you can partially thwart that by drinking more water. Okay? Very simple. I want you guys to have you some agua today. All right? I want you to have an agua, moya, mu quota that you have every day that you have to fill. You know? Dehydration is going to make you have headaches. It's going to make you have all kinds of stuff. But another thing that not drinking enough water is going to do is make you a jerk. It's going to make you have a bad attitude. You're going to be snappy. You're going to wake up on the wrong side of the bed and all of that. Because you're just not getting enough oxygen in your brain, and your body is taxing itself trying to process all this stuff, and you ain't gave it no water to help out. Don't you need to put water in your vehicle for the vehicle to run? You know you need water in your organic body, right, to run. Okay? So make sure you drink more water. I'm almost done, you guys. I can't believe I got through this in like 20 minutes. All right. So water is going to also cleanse you. It's going to help you not stink. It's going to help you not have acne. It's going to help you not be musty and stank in the crotch and stank in the mouth. It's going to help your hair have moisture in it. It's going to help your hair look good. It's going to help your skin look good. So it keeps you sexy, fresh, and moist, because it keeps you smelling good. It keeps all your body parts looking sexy. And it keeps you nice and juicy, so you can do whatever it is you have to do on a day-to-day basis to live your life. All right? So, you know what's whack is I don't have any water other than tap water. I don't have no water in the house today. I just ran out of all my water yesterday. I wanted to have me a nice bottle of water to show you guys. But if you can get water, how you doing, Earl? If you can get water, then get alkaline water. 7-Eleven now has alkaline water. You get 2 of them for $3. That's pretty good. It's a big tall thing of it, and it actually has an alkaline pH. So not only are you drinking water, but it's going to add some alkalinity to your system, which is really going to help thwart acidity and help you move forward. Okay, so that's what I want to say. Oh yeah, fruits and veggies. More fruits and veggies. More fruits and veggies. More fruits and veggies, because they are again are mostly water and they're nutrients. So you can't go wrong. You know what I mean? That's it. So I'm glad you guys tuned in today. As usual, hit me up on YouTube and subscribe to Each 9 Teach 9. I will leave the link in the comments. Like I said, Lisa Wineglass Smalls, you've won these 2 bangles for your subscription. I really, really appreciate it. Okay, you guys who haven't subscribed, I would love it. I'm trying to reach. I come from Africa. Well, I guess in lineage I do come from Africa, but I'm from Norfolk. I'm from the U.S. I'm from America, Virginia, the U.S. But yeah, somewhere along the line, we all come from Africa. Big up to you if you're in Africa, okay? But yeah, she won these, and I want you guys to win some stuff too. So every time I hit 100 subscribers, I'm going to give away something else. So right now, I think I'm at like 120 or 118 or something like that. So we're going to keep pushing until we hit that next number. I appreciate all your love, all your support. And I feel like there was something else I wanted to say, but I can't remember. So big ups. Thank you. Share this video. You need water, Earl. Yes, you need water. You need water, you know. And I went real deep, but for real, just drink water and you ain't got to think about it. All right? Salute.